Hey, welcome back. Today I am in day 14 of my $300 Etsy challenge. And if this is your first time here, I am on a 90-day challenge to create $300 of income by the end of the 90 days. If you're new, my name is Brenda, and this video series is my 90-day Etsy challenge. The goal is to earn $300 per month by the end of the challenge. So we're tracking week to week. So again, we're in day 14, or have just finished up day 14 2 days ago, and I have all the numbers now to share with you. And so we'll take a look at those. I'm sharing real numbers, plus I'm going to take a little bit of time later on in the video to share with you some of the work that I'm doing on Canva, which is where I'm creating my products for Etsy. And I'll walk you through how I create a simple 5x7 invitation. So stay tuned for that. So a quick progress update. We have, as of last week, I ended the week with 4 listings, 4 shop views, and 2 visits. No favorites and no orders. This week, while the favorites and the orders are still the same, I do have more listings and shop views and visits, or visits. So in the listing category, I now have 14 listings. So, and again, if you watched last week, you know that I had a number of listings that I had designed but didn't get time, ran out of time and didn't get them listed before the end of the week. So this week I got those done, plus some others. So we're up by 10 listings this week for a total of 14. And my target was 7 every week, 10 if I could. So I got 10 this week. I actually got exactly 10 this week, which brought me to 14. So right on track for the first 2 weeks. Shop views, I'm down by 1 view. I had 4 last week and I've got 3 this week. And shop visits, I had 2 last week and I have 6 this week. So the good and the bad. Last week, well, we had 2 shop visits. Of those 2, we had 4 views, which means that people came to my site to look at something and then spent a little more time looking at something else. This week, with 6 visits, I had more people coming to my site, which is great. But they didn't go anywhere else. I only had 3 views. So they looked at the things that they came to see, and then they right away went somewhere else. So good and bad. We'll see how that goes this next week while I have more products for people to look at. One of the other things I wanted to note is that I am doing 2 videos a week now. And please, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot. So continuing to try to grow. But I did get the 2 videos done, one that just launched this past Sunday. Of course, I'm doing this one now, and then later in the week, Sunday again, likely you will see my second video of the week. I have 2 series going on right now. This series, which is all about the 90-day Etsy challenge, and then the other series is about starting YouTube later in life. And I'll talk a little bit more about my journey during that time and what that looks like and why I'm doing all of this at the ripe old age of 67, which every day is not that, it's not that old. But at any rate, it doesn't really feel that old, 67, but it sounds old. So anyways, yeah, so watch the other video. I'll talk a little bit more about how I ended up doing what I'm doing and while we're going down this road. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to switch over to the tutorial. It's a mini tutorial again on how to create a simple birthday invitation in Canva. Hey, thanks for coming with me over to Canva. Let's take a look at this. What I want to do is show you what it takes to create a 5x7 invitation in Canva. It's a pretty easy process, so let's get started. First thing we want to do is come over here to the Create button. And this will open up this main screen for you. What I want to do is go down to the bottom of the page and click on Custom. And as you can see, I've already been in here and have put in both the width and the height, 5x7, and then units and inches. You have options over here to put in pixels, inches, millimeters, centimeters. Typically, this will open up with pixels, but for our purposes for this invitation, we're going to do 5x7 inches. So we'll click Create Design, and this brings up a new design for you. This brings up a new empty board for us to look at. So now what we want to do, I'm going to put a name on here, and we'll call this Sample Birthday. Invite. Okay. So what I've been working mostly on recently has been first birthdays. So let's go ahead and create something around a first birthday. So the cool thing about Canva, if you haven't been in here, there are a ton of free elements and you don't have to have a subscription. I actually have a pro subscription because I use this for a lot of things. I use it both for my Etsy shop, the digital shop that I'm working on for this challenge. And then I also use it for my print on demand shop where I'm designing things like t-shirts and mugs and stuff like that. So I have the pro version. But for you, if you don't have a Canvas subscription, just sign in and you can start using it for free. And there are a ton of free elements that you can use and create super nice things. So that's what we're going to create today. It's something cute, I hope, and fun and free, totally free. So let's get started. So since I want a first birthday, let's just type in birthday. Here's one, balloons. And then we want to look at all. And then I'm going to go up here in this bar where it says graphics and style. There's a little arrow and click all the way over to where it says price and then click on free. What that does is it brings up all the free elements for me so I can see what this kind of looks like. And you'll see that they're free. If it has, like this one has a little crown next to it, that means that it's part of the pro plan. And if you use it in your design, at some point Canva will prompt you to get a subscription. So we're not going to use those because we don't want to do that. But so a couple of things. So I like this happy birthday sign. I'm a pink girl, so I love pink. These kind of some fun balloons we might be able to use. Look, now the other thing that Canva does, which is totally cool, is they have what they call magic recommendations. If you click on something like I just clicked on these balloons, it will pop up this box. And if you click on this, it will give you a bunch of things that are related to the search that you just did or the item that you just chose. So you might be able to find something in here that works with what you're trying to design without having to go through a huge search. But since we're kind of going with pink, I kind of made me like this little pink and purple birthday cake. So I'm going to bring this over here. And let's see what else we might have. I'd like to maybe find a banner, but I want something. This kind of matches what we're looking for. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this. So I'm going to put this up here. Let's see what we could do it this way. It's kind of big, but we'll see. We might make it smaller, but we're going to start here. I love this little pink and white birthday. And then the cake. Let's get this. Sorry, I got to get this thing out of my way. Make these things a little smaller. decide where I want to put those. I kind of like them there. The cake here. Let's get some text going. So I might do 2 of these. I actually like the pink on the inside. So what I can do is on this bar up at the top, this is where you can go in. And so many of these elements have different colors. So if I click on this, it pops up all the colors that are in this one element. And I can go in and change them if I like. So then if I go down to the balloons and I decide I want to do something different with the balloons, I can certainly do that. I actually like these colors at the moment, so we're going to leave them right where they are. But what I do want to do is flip these balloons. So this one has a pink one on the inside and this one has a pink one on the outside. And I want to flip it around so that they're both actually on the inside. This is the one I want. There we go. So we're going to do that. We'll put these here for now. And then we're going to put some text in here. Now, you can go over here to the text icon and type in the text, and then click add a text box, a little shortcut on this. If you want to know the shortcut, if you click out here on the white space and then hit T on your keyboard, it will pop up another text box for you. That's just a tip. So we're going to say join, if I can type, join us for let's move all of this down a little bit. Whose birthday are we going to celebrate? Let's celebrate Olivia. Olivia's birthday. And then let's find some fun fonts that we want to use. Olivia. Now this is going to show you some fonts that I use. This Beth Ellen font is kind of fun. So maybe we will use this. And then we could actually use one of these colors. There we go. And then this, I think I want to maybe put a curve. So when I click on effects, so for text, you have the opportunity to click effects. And what that will do is it'll bring up the screen and you can put shadows on it. You could put an outline. You can make it hollow. What I want to do is I want to add a curve. That's a big curve. I don't want something that big, that dramatic. So we're going to do maybe like that. I'll put that there. Olivia's birthday. I might not use that happy birthday song. I'm going to add a separate page down here since this is my working file. I'll put this here and here and here. I've got this text. Birthday. We're still going to use that same color, but we're going to use a different font. I like Poppins. I'll use that. I'm going to go back and make this Poppins also. There we go. And then the other thing we'll do is over here on the position button, this gives you a chance to move things around. So I want all of these major things centered. So you can see if I click on a box over here, it gives me an opportunity I can line things up left or right, or I can center them left to right, or I can put things in the middle or top or bottom. In this case, I want this centered to make sure it's centered. I want Olivia's name centered. I want the birthday cake centered. And I want birthday centered, which it already is. Go back. All right. And then Lastly, what we want to add is we want to be sure and put in a text box for the dates. We're not going to use this. We're going to get rid of that. But what we are going to do is look at a template. Canva has a ton of templates, and I want to do birthday. Here's kid's birthday. And there are different formats. You can see the dates and times and things that you can use. I actually like this format a lot, so I'm going to click on this and it automatically pops over here, but all I want is this middle piece. So I'm going to, let me lock that down, lock that so it doesn't move. I just want these pieces in the middle. And I'm going to bring that up here. Let's move that out of the way for the moment. I'm going to make these things black. I'll make this that same purple color. There we go, a purplish pinkish color. Line all of this up. I go back over here. Now we've got other things going on here, and the board is shortened because of this. Let me get rid of this. There's that position bar. You could have clicked on those 3 dots and it would have popped up. But I want to center all of that. So make sure it's all lined up correctly, and it is. So that's pretty cool. And then these are here like this. So now I want to make this all just a little bit smaller. Move it to the center, and you can see the line down the center of the screen. It tells you that it's all centered. And then I'll bring this text down here. And down here we want to put whatever address. So 16 Street. Anywhere. State. 3, 4, 5. There we go. There's an address, and then I think I also want an RSVP. We're going to duplicate this because it'll be the exact same font and style. And we'll move it around here in a second. I want to say RSVP to, let's say, Mandy. And the phone number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Oh, okay, 0. And so join us for Olivia's birthday. Olivia's, you know what? This doesn't really say what year the birthday is. And I really want this to be a first birthday. So I think what I want to do is go back over here and look at elements and see if I can find a 1. Birthday 1. Let's use this. I can turn this pink. Here. I'm gonna do this. You know what? Change my mind. Let's move this down here. I'm gonna duplicate that. Okay, so there's just kind of a basic birthday party invitation. It's not perfect. I still have some work to do on this, but it will give you a general idea of how easy this is. Let me go back. Here you go. It's kind of cute. I love pink. Yes. Birthday. All right. Let's lock those down. So I want to come up through here, make sure everything is centered. Here we go. And then move this to the center. And there we go. And there's our first birthday card. Again, you can put some more things in here. You know, it's a little bland up here at the top. So what I might end up doing is maybe look at some birthday confetti. There's a little, it might be too much. Let's see. Yeah, I think what we'll use. It's too big if we do that. So we'll play with it some more, but you get the general idea of what this looks like. So hopefully you found that interesting. If you want to see more of these, let me know. Hi, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And hopefully I can help you. And if you would like to see something else, tutorials, I am not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I've been working in Canva for almost a year now, and I find it really easy to use, and I think that you will as well. Next week, I hope you come back. What we're going to cover next week, we'll talk again about updates on the channel. We'll talk about the challenge and where we are as of day 21. Maybe we'll have a sale this week. That would be exciting, but we'll see what happens. Not expecting it. I'm really not expecting any sales until month 2, but, you know, crossing my fingers. And then the second thing is I'm going to continue to do some tutorials. And next week, what we're going to do is a tutorial on templates. So templates are really kind of step 2 of the process for selling birthday invitations or any kind of an invitation or something where the customer would want to personalize it with their information. And so we'll take some time and walk through templates next week. And so I hope you tune in for that. And then the other thing is to be sure and come back later in the week or like and subscribe. And when my next video comes out this weekend, you'll see that. And what I'm going to cover, the title of the next video is They Don't Need Me Anymore at 67. So I built something new. So hopefully you'll find that interesting and you'll come back and take a look. Lastly, if you are struggling to decide what you want to do at this time of your life, check out my free reflection guide in the description. It's a totally free guide. Just download it. It walks you through a series of questions. helped you think about what you might want to do at this time or moving forward. I hope you find it useful. If you do, let me know. I'm thinking about expanding that. But for now, that's what I have, is just that simple free guide. Thanks again for being here. Can't wait to see you next time. Take care. Bye.